Welcome to Lost Abyss, your home for tales of mystery, adventure, and the extraordinary. If you love thrilling true stories and gripping accounts of human courage, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let's dive into today's stories. Story 1. The Lost Diver, a perilous descent into the abyss. Imagine a world where light doesn't reach, where the only sound is the bubbling of your own breath, and where the wrong move can mean death. For David Shaw, this was the world he embraced. A seasoned cave diver and explorer, David specialized in the kind of dives most would never dare attempt. But his final dive, deep into Bushman's Hole in South Africa, would become one of the most haunting tragedies in the history of underwater exploration. Bushman's Hole is infamous, a vertical shaft plunging over 270 meters into darkness. In 2004, David set out on a mission not just to dive, but to recover the remains of another diver, Dion Dreyer, who had tragically died there a decade earlier. David meticulously planned every detail. He used advanced rebreather technology, enabling him to dive deeper than most divers ever dared. But the mission was anything but ordinary. As David descended into the inky depths, his lights cut through the blackness, revealing the eerie, lifeless body of Dion Dreyer, preserved by the cold water. The recovery was grueling. As David tried to secure the body, his equipment began to fail under the immense pressure. Oxygen levels dropped dangerously low. Panic set in. Unable to surface in time, David succumbed to the very depths he sought to conquer. When rescuers finally retrieved both David and Dion's bodies, the world mourned the loss of a fearless explorer. His story serves as a chilling reminder of the risks cave divers face in their quest for discovery. Story 2. The Miracle at Nutty Putty Cave. In Utah, Nutty Putty Cave is known for its twisting passages and tight squeezes. For John Edward Jones, it was a childhood favorite. But during a Thanksgiving trip in 2009, the cave would become a death trap. John was exploring with friends and family, reliving fond memories. But as he attempted to navigate an uncharted passage, he became stuck in a narrow vertical crevice just 10 inches wide. With his body nearly upside down, every attempt to free him only worsened his situation. Rescue teams arrived within hours, but the cave's narrow passages made it nearly impossible to reach him. As time ticked by, John's circulation was severely compromised. He remained trapped for over 27 hours as rescuers worked tirelessly. Tragically, the efforts were in vain. John succumbed to his injuries, and Nutty Putty Cave was sealed permanently as his final resting place. John's story is a heart-wrenching tale of courage, family, and the incredible lengths people will go to save a life. It's a stark reminder of how quickly adventure can turn into disaster. Story 3. The Mexican cenote that became a tomb. In the jungles of Mexico, cenotes, natural sinkholes leading to vast underwater cave systems, hold both beauty and danger. In 2018, an experienced cave diver named Jacob Hansen set out to explore one of these cenotes in Yucatan, hoping to map an uncharted section. But he would soon discover why the locals called it El Pozo de la Muerte, or the Well of Death. Jacob was no amateur. With years of cave diving under his belt, he was meticulous in his preparations. As he entered the cenote, the water was crystal clear, revealing breathtaking stalactites and submerged tunnels. Jacob ventured deeper, following a passage that seemed to open into a larger chamber. But trouble struck when a sudden current disoriented him, kicking up silt and turning the once clear water into a murky cloud. Visibility dropped to zero. Jacob's breathing quickened, consuming precious oxygen. Worse, his guideline, a lifeline that divers use to find their way back, became tangled. As panic set in, Jacob's training kicked in. He carefully untangled the line and began his slow ascent. But just as he thought he was safe, his tank ran out of air. Using an emergency spare, he managed to surface, barely alive. Jacob's close call was a stark reminder of the unpredictable dangers lurking beneath the surface of even the most beautiful places. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the depths of the earth. These stories remind us of the resilience of the human spirit in the perils of the unknown. If you enjoyed this episode of Lost Abyss, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious, and remember, sometimes the greatest adventures are the ones that test our limits.